Hey everyone, for today's video I'm going to be talking about the new banner that's going to have Demon Lord VOX that's coming on the 29th after maintenance. The only one that's worth noting besides Demon Lord VOX includes Summer Juno and Summer Leon. But anyways, getting into Demon Lord VOX, his slots are 6-star physical, 5-star magic, and 5-star heal and support. The fact that he has a triple 5-star slot is pretty cool. His heal slot is also not terrible, especially with the Dark Heal Relic, and the LB7 support slot is pretty strong since he can basically put anything there. I wouldn't say an LB7 is worth it, but definitely use dupes towards it if you get it. For his skill, it has a 15-second CT and increases his arts by 50. It's not terrible, it's a fairly long CT, giving around 3.3 arts a second, but with his true weapon it becomes nearly 4 arts a second. But Argent on skill is always welcome though. His arts does 20,000 dark damage magic and increases allies' arts by 20, and for 10 seconds reduces the enemy's dark resist by 60%. It's a fairly interesting art. 20 AoE arts is solid, and the debuff has quite a high percentage, but considering it only lasts for 10 seconds, it'll only really last for one attack for everyone, and VOX most likely won't be able to benefit from it anyways, although it could be useful in stages that negate art gen auto recovery. His true arts does 70,000 damage physical, and for 30 seconds, he increases all allies' crit rate by 100%, and he increases his super crit rate by 50% during the true arts. The 30-second duration is fairly long and will allow the team to have crit for quite a while, and paired with a crit resist debuffer like Ainz, your team will be able to crit a lot on high crit resist stages. The super crit is nice for him to do a bit of extra damage, although considering the low modifier of his true art, it won't really be anything too crazy. It definitely would have been better had it been on his super art, that way he'd actually be more damage oriented, but it's whatever. As for his super art, it does 150,000 dark damage physical, and for 50 seconds, he increases demon allies' stats and accuracy by 60%. It has a pretty good modifier, but the big kicker here is the stats up, because it basically acts as a heal of sorts, and being able to heal the team that much is pretty strong. Pair that with Dark Relics and you can see a team with a consistent 15,000 health stat, and with it lasting for 50 seconds you won't really need to spam it too often unless you need a consistent heal. The accuracy is also fairly solid because, as per usual, the entire team will be able to hit high evasion bosses, and that really helps that VOX is able to fill that niche role. For his passives, he increases his arts by 1 a second when near death, gets 30% status resist, and he heals his health by 1% of damage he does to enemies, and all demon allies get 3 arts a second. All of these passives are just kind of meh. The best by far is the passive 3 arts a second for demons, of course. That's insanely good on mono demon teams, and when paired with other demon art geners, you can have a team that runs really fast, all things considered. The 30% status resist is whatever, but the 1 arts a second near death doesn't really make sense if you think about it. A good portion of the time that he's going to be used, he's going to be a healer of sorts with his super art, so there shouldn't really be a time that him or anyone is near death. But at the same time, even if he is near death, the extra 1 art a second isn't really going to do much, and it's pretty minor all things considered. As for his 1% lifesteal passive, that's useless as well considering that nearly every single piece of endgame content negates lifesteal, so this is negated on pretty much anything that's hard. And if that wasn't enough, this lifesteal passive works directly against his passive 1 arts a second, because if he needs to be near death to get it, lifesteal will have him at full health consistently, effectively just working against it. Like I said, the 3 arts a second for demons is really good, but it's unfortunate how they kind of fumbled all his other passives. As for his true weapon, Makin Zenketsu, it's a 5-star physical, and it does 13,000 dark damage physical. For 8 seconds, it lowers the enemy's physical and crit resist by 30%, and it has a 35-second CT. When it's used on Demon Lord VOX, it increases his skill CT and equip CT speed by 15%, and gives 5% attack up. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a must-have if you're low on rainbow gems, but it'll definitely make VOX a lot better since he gets more passive arts from his skill, and the equip CT is really good as well. The active effect having a crit resist debuff is pretty unique as well, considering only 2 other equips in the game can actually do that, and his is the only one that's actually unconditional. Overall, Demon Lord VOX is a pretty solid unit on demon teams. He provides a ton to the demon team, including a heal or stats up, accuracy, and 3 passive arts a second. He also provides crit for 30 seconds, which is pretty good as well. And with how his slots work, since he has a 5-star heal, he'll be able to hold a Dark Relic, Abyssal Sands, and in doing so, he'll give all dark allies 70% damage and 30% break power if they have the other 4 dark relics equipped. and to be able to do that is a very nice addition to pretty much any dark unit. As I mentioned about him working well on demon teams, it'll be more so geared towards dark demons, but as of recent, JP has been getting plenty of them, and we're going to be getting a lot more of them when the slime crossover reruns, most likely within this month. But with how he's great for dark demons, some of the units you'd want to run on him include Ainz for a ton of art gen and a crit resist debuff, Albedo for a shield, Diablo for his defense slots and offensive support, Demon Lord Rimuru for his crazy damage potential, Summer Rosetta for her art gen, as well as insane damage support on super art. But in a sense, that's the flaw of Demon Lord VOX. He's really good, but that's only when he's on a demon team and mostly a dark demon team. What that means is that if you don't have many good dark demons or demons in general, you're going to find that Demon Lord VOX isn't really going to be that good. The reason being that Demon Lord VOX is more so of a support character that really brings a demon team together and allows them to flourish. But if you don't have the units he needs to support, then VOX isn't going to be really too great. In all though, he's a very good unit if you have other good units, but without them, he's kind of just okay. I wouldn't say he's worth chasing after or pitying unless you just really like VOX as a character. The rest of the banner is just kind of okay as well. I'd say Summer Juno and Summer Leon are the only other good units, but even then, they're not worth chasing at all either. I'd say do a guaranteed 50, and if you want, maybe like a couple of ALKs, but don't go beyond that. That's about it for the video though. Let me know your thoughts about the new banner and Demon Lord VOX below. How deep are you going to go for him, if at all? Because I think he'd be a pretty nice addition to pretty much any box, especially if you have a lot of demons. But if you did enjoy the video, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.